Okay. Megovanen, everyone, and I hope my voice is coming out okay, but welcome back to another showcase video and showcase discussion video on the DC films and, HBO Max shows, and really just the shows, because one of them is not HBO Max, or it's now called Max. Right, okay, and it's November 14th, 2023. Okay, so, and also I want to review, some of the recent films, the DC films that I've seen, and also the Justice League Snyder Cut. I want to give a quick shout out to Jez. He's a longtime friend of mine from when I first started this, so I want to give a shout out to you. And you brought this up during my live stream of June's Journey, and I felt that maybe I was a little short with my answers to you, and I felt bad about that. I was caught on the spot, and even now, I'm not really prepared for what I'm gonna say. It's just all spur of the moment, and I just wanted to talk about it and showcase this stuff now that I had a chance to see Black Adam, because you asked me about that, and I finally saw it. And like some months back I saw Shazam Fury of the Gods. I think I'm pretty much all caught up, and I just wanted to bring up that kind of switching to Marvel. I'm during my cleaning here and rearranging. I cannot seem to find my Captain America Winter Soldier Steelbook. I know I have that somewhere, but I just don't know where it is. So I'm a little pissed about that I can't find it. To me, Captain America Winter Soldier is one of the MCU's best and among my favorites, But anyway, switching back to DC. I don't really talk about DC as much because I've always favored Marvel, and in a way, I guess I still do, but I've always been a fan of Marvel since I was a kid. But I'm starting to get a little sick of their format. They started off great, and right after Endgame, there's still some good ones. A few of them, like No Way Home. I even liked Doctor Strange. What was that? Multiverse of Madness. I thought that was good, and it was good to see Sam Raimi get back directing Marvel films. But I'm just I don't want to get into the Marvel stuff. Let's I want to get back to DC. Okay, so I have a little stack of my HBO Max, and I guess one is CW, because it changed to CW, and that is Stargirl. So I have a stack of the ones I have. There's still, I think, let me see here. Oh. Holy shit. So I still need a few more, actually, to complete my collection. Wow. Okay, so I want to start with the films, actually. So I want to start off with we'll start off with Batman versus Superman. I didn't bring down all of my DC films. I don't have them all, but I have some, and I think they might actually be on that side, and all my animated stuff as well, like the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, cartoons, but as well as stuff like Son of Batman and Teen Titans versus Justice League, things like that. But I wanted to start off with Batman versus Superman. To me, I thought that movie was not good at all. I didn't like that one. There might be parts where I thought it was just okay. It started to me, I started to get interest again when it was finally into the showdown with Batman and Superman fighting. But all that crap, in between, Even though I know they're trying to tell a story, I was bored by it, and I think the length and the pacing was not good. So very quickly, I guess if I was to rate that one, to give it a score, I'll give it out of 10. I don't know. Maybe I would just give it like a 5, like a 5 at best. And let's see now. I don't know all the order of it, so I'll just see them as they pop in my head. The Justice League, theatrical cut. I had fun with that one. I actually thought that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that one, and it's one that I could probably still put on. It didn't seem like it was that long, Of course, the theatrical cut, and then the Snyder cut, of course, being you guys might have to raise your volume. Now at this point, my microphone is a little bit further away, so please, raise the volume if you need to. I guess I could come a little bit closer now for this, but okay. Yeah, sorry. And then the Snyder cut being like, what is it, like 4.5 hours or something, 4 or 5 hours, something like that. And I actually did watch that pretty much in one go, taking short breaks and getting snacks in between them. But I thought Justice League theatrical cut was fun. I even liked Ezra Miller as the Flash. I like how he's like, it's cool that you people are into all this, but I usually just push people and run away. I like that. That movie, okay, the theatrical cut of Justice League, I guess I would give that one, I'll give that one like an 8. I really like that. And that's one I could hit more often, just for fun and to kill time, and if I just want to have a good time and not think too hard. Now, Justice League Snyder cut, I thought that was really good too, but it's more episodic, and I think they even split it up as such. Like, I forgot how they did it, but I think it literally said, part 1, part 2. They split it up into parts, right? It was very long, and that's not one I can hit like too frequently, and to be quite honest, if I don't watch it again, I'll still be okay with that, or if I can probably catch, whatever part 3, part 4 in any order, and if it's on, I'll stay for it. But that doesn't mean I didn't like it. I would still, I don't know. I mean, it told a more, yeah, it was made more so in a way that it didn't have to connect with the films. I thought, if I remember correctly, and people like Stephen Wolf, and I think even I don't think Darkseid was even featured in the theatrical cut, but like Steppenwolf looked different. And well, that's right. I even saw Aquaman, and I saw that Robert Pattinson, Batman. I'll even be talking about those ones briefly, as well as the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, right? I'll talk about that one as well. So Justice League Snyder cut, I would give that one, or I don't know. I guess I'll give it like an 8.8. I'll say 8.5. Let's say, okay. I remember everyone going nuts when that one came out. It looked like it was kind of black and white, or was it black and white, or was it just muted colors? And there are even reaction videos of people going nuts, and the famous people just exaggerating and going nuts, and they make stupid faces. And there's this one pair that does that, and they're very popular. But I mean, where's all the hype about that now, right? I just thought it was still cool. That's why, like I said, I'll give it an 8.5, like 8.25, 8.5 for Justice League Snyder cut. So I did like that one, but then again, I also liked the theatrical cut. Now, Batman, the Robert Pattinson one, right? I'll do more of the recent ones, right? I don't want to go all the way back to like the Tim Burton Batmans, which to me is one of the best. But the Robert Pattinson one, at the beginning, I didn't think he could pull it off, but he was actually pretty cool. And I forgot now his name, but the one who played, was it Riddler? Riddler in that one, and then of course Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon, that one. I would give that one, it was very cool. I think, and Catwoman I thought was great in that too. I'll give that one like an 8 point. I don't want to give it an 8 point. I'll give that one an 8.75. I thought that was super cool. Okay, and The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. I'll give that one. I'll give that one a 9 as an overall, for drama, and I thought it told a good story. I thought, to me, Joker was a bit really flamboyant, especially during that interview on that talk show. But I guess that's just the way he is, and that's fine. I did like the part when he shot De Niro, though. That was pretty funny. And that one I would give a 9. Just had an overall package of still being a superhero kind of show, or supervillain, but also a serious drama as well, and a look into the mind of what goes through a person's, a person like him, like Arthur. Was his name Arthur? I think so. Okay, Aquaman, okay, with Jason Momoa. I don't like his surfer attitude. I want him to be more stoic and just, speak like Thor, and speaking like the old tongue, like old school Thor, the way they made Thor in the, back in the, 2009, 2010, those days, the first phase of, the MCU, not when they turned him into a joke. So I didn't like his personality, but the movie itself, and I have nothing against Amber Heard. I won't talk about that. I feel bad for her, and I still, like her. I liked her in Drive Angry, and I really liked her in Aquaman, and I thought she was one of the show stealers in there. I would give Aquaman, Patrick Wilson was great as the half brother of Aquaman. I would give that one. I'll give Aquaman like an 8.25 out of 10. I really like that one. Okay, and what else was there? Okay. The Flash, right, with Ezra Miller, and that whole multiverse thing. And I guess I could say it now, Wonder Woman being in there was great to see that. I thought the special effects seemed like it was okay up until a certain point, just like anything else. I'm not too harsh of a judge, I suppose, when it comes to, something like that, but and depends on the film, like superhero films, okay, but if it's something a bit more serious, then okay, maybe I'll take it a bit more seriously. But I thought it started to get really worse when he's running through the multiverse, and you see the different things, how he's seeing the different outcomes of things, and then especially when it got near the end, when he saw the Christopher Reeve Batman and the Nicolas Cage Superman, and the Helen Slater Supergirl, that all looked really bad. I don't know if really there was any way to make it look better or make it look realistic. It looked like a friggin' CGI Toy Story game or something like that. I didn't like that that part. I thought Batman, bringing back Michael Keaton as Batman was quite cool, and I loved his fight scenes in there. That was very cool. And the girl who played Supergirl, I liked her. Different, of course, from the I don't even remember her name, but from the Supergirl CW show, which started off on NBC, was it? and just for the record, when it comes to that show, Supergirl, I thought it was better quality, and for some reason I can just, not for some reason, I know why, but I can relate to the environment better in the first season of Supergirl when it was on NBC, because I think it was filmed in California, and then when it went to the CW, just like all the CW crap, which I call CW stands for crappy writing, right? The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Green Arrow, all crap. It was filmed in Canada. And to me, because I don't live in Canada, and this is nothing against, Canadians or anything, they're cool. William Shatner's from Canada, right? But Michael Wincott, great actors there, and it's a great place. But for some reason, I just, when it's trying to play it off like it's America, it didn't look like I can't explain it. I didn't like the way the city looked. It just looked artificial to me. It looked like not cities I can relate to. I can't explain it, but you look at the city of when, how Supergirl looked like, the show, how the city looked like in Supergirl in the first season, and then later when it went to CW, it just didn't look the same to me. I'm sorry. But yeah, for the Flash, I still enjoyed it, but I didn't. I would still give that one maybe a 7.75, because of the Wonder Woman cameo. I thought that was cool, and to see the Ben Affleck Batman, to see the Michael Keaton Batman come back, to see all of that, and kind of cool to see the slightly older Flash, old man Flash as the younger one called him, and the two Flashes interacting, I thought was quite cool too, and kind of funny. So that one I would give like a 7.75. The score would be much higher if the CG looked better. I liked how he has to eat food a lot to keep up his energy to run. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, and I saw Shazam. Okay, so the first Shazam I thought was quite good, surprisingly, and I would give that one maybe like, I don't know, an 8. I feel like I want to give it higher, I want to say 8.25, but I thought he joked around too much, and his friend that's on the crutches, they just, they all talk too much, and I don't like all their jokes. I think they just joke too much, and that's the problem with, Spider-Man, especially the Tom Holland ones, and all his friends, like the Filipino guy and the Mary Jane played by Zendaya, and when they're all together, and then the Flash Thompson, I think he's played by an Indian guy, right? Flash Thompson for this Tom Holland one for the MCU. When they all get together, they just all talk too much and they all joke too much. So that's the problem I have with Shazam. So I'll settle on an 8 for that one. Okay. It had some cool fights and action. Now, Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Helen Mirren is in that one. That's quite cool. And Lucy Liu, and I think Rachel Zegler. Now, with Rachel Zegler, I know she's having the troubles with Snow White, and I think she said, I don't like it either, I have to say. I think they should keep Snow White the way it is, but I won't get into any of that. I thought she was cool. She was cool. And if her real-life personality was like that in Fury of the Gods, where she doesn't talk too much, and she's just kind of, like, has an old soul, just like this, and very serious and stoic. But then seeing her in the interviews and how she's talking so much, the whole weird thing, right? And how she's talking about Snow White and all this crap, I don't like how she really is in real life, I wish her real personality was like her character in Fury of the Gods. Now, with that aside, I thought Fury of the Gods was not so good. It just wasn't good. I seen it once, and I can't even begin to explain something about there was like a shield, and was it like a weapon or something? They had shards, and they put it together, and then they came back, and I'll give that one. I'll give that one a 6. Fury of the Gods, okay? I'm going to give that one 6 out of 10, all right? What else? What else did I see? Black Adam. Now, I don't understand why it seemed like it got so much hate. I dug that movie a lot, okay? IGN gave that one a 5 out of 10, and I was shocked to see that, mediocre. And then I look on Blu-ray.com, and they gave it a 2 out of 5. But I just saw that one, and I thought it was quite good. It was pretty fucking badass. And to see Superman come in at the end, I thought that was cool, but too bad, with James Gunn and him rebooting everything, we're not gonna... that's the other thing I gotta review, right? The Suicide Squad and The Suicide Squad and Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, something like... Well, yeah, I forgot The Emancipation of Harley Quinn, right? But anyways, with Black Adam, I thought that was very cool. Okay, so thank you for bringing that up, Jez, and asking if I had seen it. So that prompted me to see it. Otherwise, I never would have seen it, because I heard it was all crap, like it was like bad. But I saw it and I just couldn't believe it. Great action. I don't know who Black Adam is. I thought, I don't know too much about DC. Just whatever I know from the Justice League cartoons, right? Justice League Unlimited. So I don't know, I thought he was a bad guy, but when I watched this, I thought he was like an arch enemy to Shazam. Wasn't there like one of those animated DC cartoons where he fought Shazam, and it was like an anthology thing with different, superhero shorts in there. I think it was just called Shazam, the cartoon, came out, 7-8 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. And I thought he fought Black Adam, so that's the extent that I know. That I just thought he was a bad guy, but he wasn't a bad guy. He's just a bit of a darker hero. And I thought The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, played him really well. That kid, okay, I thought was pretty cool. He's not like an annoying kid, like your typical annoying kid. He was a fanboy. I felt he just talked the right amount, and didn't talk too much, didn't joke around too much. I thought just everything was just the right amount of everything for him. I would give Black Adam, I thought it was pretty fucking badass, that film. So to me, it's one of the best of the lot. I would give Black Adam a 9 out of 10. I thought it was that badass. What can I say? Just that badass. Oh, and seeing Hawkman in there, I didn't, it was okay. They race swapped, Hawkeye. I always thought he was like an Egyptian guy, but I guess it's fine. And Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. All that was cool. Now, I don't know, I think her name was like Cyclone or something like that girl. And then the Atomic Kid or something, the one who's kind of like an Ant-Man. They were fine too. I've never heard of those two, but I heard of Dr. Fate and, of course, Hawkman. So that was really cool. And the Justice Society, I know the Justice Society being, Stargirl. But Black Adam I would give a 9 out of 10, okay? Yeah, sorry, this is going on for too long. Okay, now I'm going to get to the series. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the CW crap, like the Flash, But let's start with Titans, right? When this started off, I thought that this was like my absolute favorite, and then I saw things like Doom Patrol and Stargirl, and I think now, especially now with season 4, and it started to waver in season 3. I have, only the first 2 seasons of Titans, which I think are the two of the best seasons. This was particularly good. And what I like about the Titans series, okay, is it's like a rated R, the darker rated R side of the DC universe, whereas the other stuff are like PG-13, PG, with like Man of Steel. That's the other thing, Man of Steel, right, with Henry Cavill. I'll give that one. That's been like quite some time since I've seen it, but I remember really liking it a lot. I don't know, 8.5. I'll give that one an 8.5 for Man of Steel. Okay, I think I got them all. What I thought was great about, like, particularly this one, You know, the first season and the second season. When it started getting into the third season, and then like with the fourth, I couldn't relate to the villains and the situations that they were getting caught up in. In this one, for example, you have, and plus they got rid of certain heroes, which they shouldn't have done that. Hawk and Dove were excellent, and so was Wonder Girl. I thought they were great, and of course I understand with Hawk getting his own show, Reacher, so that's why he left. So that was a big loss. But they should have brought back Wonder Girl. She came back for the third season. I think the fourth season would have benefited from that. But this one, you have situations where, I think it was called Hawk and Dove was the episode, where Hawk was hanging and being tortured, okay, and like who he works for and stuff like that. And you have the torturer there, he stabbed him with some, spike thing and trying to get information. And then he threatened him. The next step of his torture was he was going to cut his dick off. So he took out shears and he told the villains, pull his pants down. And they're just holding a gun on him. Why do they have to hold a gun on him when he's already hanging? But anyways, and they looked at each other like, and then he pulled out the shears and they're going to cut his dick off. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, come on now. There's no need for that. Hawk was like that. And then Dove, the lights go off, they cut off, and then Dove comes into the picture and she just beats all their asses. It's pretty violent, I thought, and then saves them. Later on, Dick, aka Robin at the time, before he becomes Nightwing, later on, I think Hawk and Dove, they go in to try to infiltrate the place again and to get in trouble again, and that torturer guy says, now where were we? Oh yes, your pants were coming off. And he has the shears. This is going to be the worst and the last pain you'll ever feel. And then Robin comes up from behind like a shadow, and it's just fucking awesome. Takes the shears, jabs it right into his groin. You see it penetrate right into his, just wherever, anywhere in his groin region. And then he throws his Robin insignia. It's like a shuriken, a Chinese star. Gets another guy in the eye, right? And this is where he really shines like rivaling like Batman almost in darkness and fear factor. And the bad guys are all like running away from him. And then you just hear like the noises from afar of the villains getting, screaming in fear. And he was pretty brutal and violent. And I thought, the later seasons of Titans was missing that, villains, like that, bad guys that are just like gangs and off the street regular folk. And I really like that, and I miss that. But this season, first season, I thought it was totally cool. And that's another thing too, though. With Titans, it does seem like it has a pretty strong start, or an interesting start at the very least, and then some of the episodes can be sort of hit and miss, hit or miss. Whereas with something like Doom Patrol, it's consistently great throughout, that type of thing. But anyways, with that aside, I would give Titans, and this had probably more of the consistent, it had that type of consistency I'm talking about. Except, with Trigon coming in at the end, he looked a little CG'd and a little cheap, but that's okay. I would give Titans first season 9 out of 10, right? I liked it that much. Where can I... Hold on here. Shit. Okay, hold on. I just have to... Let me do it like this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Now, Titans Season 2. This one, they fight Deathstroke. And also, pretty good. You bring in, I think there's a girl named Rose in here, and she's like the daughter of Deathstroke. And you bring in Jason Todd. Or was he even in the first one? I don't think he was. I think he came in this one. Yeah, and so did Connor. And Connor's introduction, I thought, was just absolutely badass. He goes to like Luthor's home, thinking that that's where he came from. And that music, that dun 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 dun, dun, I can't imitate it, but it's a really thumping soundtrack. While he's decimating those, flying, ramming them through the walls and stuff like that. I thought was very good, very cool. I like that. I would give this one maybe also a 9, right? Yeah, I'll give it a 9. You know, and seeing Wonder Girl fight Deathstroke, even though I know it seemed like they kind of made her weak, but she did get cut and then stabbed, you know, so, and she's not Wonder Woman, so I was okay with that fight, you know. So I would give that one, no, you know what, I'll give it an 8.75, you know, and then the first season a 9, okay, and that's out of 10. Okay, so second season of Titans gets 8.75. Maybe on a good day I could push a very generous 9. Let's say that. Okay, and I don't have the third season, but the third season, I'm trying to remember what happened in that. Oh, that's the one where, right. Okay, they kind of, you know, some spoilers here. Okay, so spoiler alert, but let's just say people weren't satisfied with what happened with Wonder Girl. She does come back in the third one. Oh, it was was it like Mad Hatter? Or no, it was Scarecrow, right? Scarecrow was the villain in that one, and Red Hood. That was okay, but I mean, you know, you got rid of Hawk, but it was still cool to see Dove in there, and you know, for those last, was it like last few episodes when Wonder Girl came back into it? I'd give that one. I thought the guy who played Scarecrow was pretty cool. I know him as Connor from Angel, right? I don't know. I would give that one maybe like an 8.25 out of 10. Okay, we'll go with that. I'm not too much a fan of Tim Drake though. I just I don't like him too much, you know. Oh, before I go on there, okay, season 4 of Titans. Okay, now that one I thought was the weakest of the seasons. I won't say, you know, I won't say it's like the worst or it's like a crap season, because I still did like it to a you know, a certain extent, still being Titans, but it suffered from the loss of Wonder Girl, and of course Hawk and Dove. I mean, at least you could have still brought Dove back, you know, at least for like the last episode or two, have like a reunion, you know, of all those guys, you know, the original people, right, from the first couple seasons. But that one, I'm sorry to say, but I would give the last season, and Brother Blood and Mother Mayhem, you know, those seemed like it was pretty cool, bringing magic in there, but I just thought that it just wasn't as good as, you know, the previous season, and especially the other two. I would give it like a very, very generous 7, let's say. I'm sorry to say, you know, I'll give it a 7, you know, very generous 7. I almost want to drop it to like 6.75, but let's go with a generous 7 out of 10. Okay, and now Doom Patrol. I thought this was great. This was what, well, it's like Dusty, right? But this is what Legends of Tomorrow started to try to turn into and try to emulate the show. Legends of Tomorrow started off as like a superhero series, you know, on the CW, and I thought it was better that way. And then they started to get weird, like a wannabe Doom Patrol. But this is the first season. Yeah, this one is really dusty. I'm really sorry, guys, but yeah, I'll have to dust this one off. Holy crap! But I thought all the characters were great. You know, Crazy Jane, Larry Traynor, Cliff Steele. You know, Vic, which is Cyborg, and what is his name? He's a James Bond. What was his name? Yeah, Timothy Dalton. You know, as Niles Calder, and of course we have Rita Farr. You know, she's great. All the characters were great, I thought. I would give the first season of Doom Patrol. You know, I can't really talk about it because it's just all weird, but great. They're like misfit superheroes, you know. I'll give this one, I'll give it like a 9.25, you know, 9.5 out of 10. You know, I thought this was great. Second season, I think that one had stuff like Dorothy was brought into the picture, and I really liked that character. I think the premiere episode, or it was like one of the earlier episodes, was they were shrunken down and living on cliffs, a racetrack thing that he had. And I liked Mark Shepard, of course. I always liked him ever since Supernatural, but as Willoughby in this, I thought was great. I also remember Mark Shepard from a Star Trek Voyager episode. But second season, I would give, like a 9 out of 10, 9.25. We'll go like 9 out of 10. I thought was really cool, really great. Third season started to get kind of weird with the time traveling, and you have Laura DeMille come into the picture. When you time travel, you lose your memory. I still enjoyed that, and I would probably still give that one. And I think Dorothy only came back for like 1, maybe 2 episodes. And I really love Danny DeStreet and Flexo Mentallo. I mean, such great characters. But third season, I would give it I would give it like a 8.75. I'll go with a 9 still. I still thought it was good enough. Okay, and the fourth, still good, really good. And the ending, it just, brought a tear to my eye, and it seemed to really be about family, with Cliff's family and his grandson Rory and his daughter and everything. Just also really good. I'll still give that one a 9, So like I said, with Doom Patrol, it's like consistently great throughout. Now, and I'm missing, 2, 3, and 4 for Doom Patrol. So I still have to get all of those, as well as the last 2 seasons of Titans as well, because I would like to still own all those. Stargirl, this was great, this started off on HBO Max, and then later on went to CW. It was airing both on CW and on HBO Max. But this is a great one, much like Doom Patrol, but these are more traditional heroes, and this is the Justice League that I know. You have Hourman, you have Wildcat, Stargirl, we have Luke Wilson as Pat, and then you have Amy Smart as the mother. We have Dr. Midnight, Beth over here, and then Stripesy, which is the robot which Pat goes into, right? This one I would give, and I want to hurry this along, right? This one I would give it like a 9.5 out of 10. Very cool. And then I have the second one here. This is where they fought, I think his name is Eclipso. He's almost like a genie or something. This one was also still very good. I would give this one like, a 9 out of 10. Okay, and the third one, which I don't have, there should have been like a 4th or even a 5th season, but CW wanted to cut them off. They were just like rebooting everything. I would give the 3rd season. That's the one where I think Jade comes back, and yeah, Ultra Humanite. Okay, right. And Icicle. Okay, now I remember. It's coming back to me. I still like that one, but I would give that one like a 9 out of 10. Okay? Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, right. Okay, and I still have to own the 3rd season, right? Sorry, I'm kind of like rushing at the end here. I just don't want this to be super long. Okay, Swamp Thing. Now, due to some sort of financing error, we didn't get like a 2nd or 3rd season, so they lost money on that. you know. Swamp Thing, I thought this was really great. I think we have Virginia Madsen in this one. We have uh, Will Will Patton is in this one as well. We have Jessica Biel's. Is it just or no, Jennifer Beals? Jennifer Beals in this one. Flashdance, right? This was quite cool, and I would give this one like a 9 out of 10 also. And I was very sad to see that it didn't get, you know, another season because of that error. So that is my like overview of the DC stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I really hope you enjoyed this as well, Juz. Hope you guys have a happy holidays, and please, you know, if you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe as well if you want to continue to support my channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. And again, everything is just off the cuffs, and you know, I shoot from the hip with these, so I apologize for, you know, the unprofessionalism, and it just, you know, trying to collect my thoughts. You know, I have no script, so I apologize for that. And see you. Okay, here we are.